I'm here to show the world. I'm here to show the world. Come on, bring it on. What I say, better watch what I do. Better you know what I'm here to give you. If you ever doubted me, you don't have a clue. I'm here to show the world. I'm here to show the world. Things are exactly what they seem. I will define the things you dream. Go check the scores again. I come out a perfect 10. They broke the mold when they made me. Bring it on. What I say, better watch what I do. Better you know what I'm here to give you. If you ever doubted me, you don't have a clue. I'm here to show the world. I'm here to show the world. I hold your life here in my hands. Though you try hard to understand, your little mind won't turn. Those little wheels will turn. You'll recognize just who I am. Bring it on. What I say, better watch what I do. Better you know what I'm here to give you. If you ever doubted me, you don't have a clue. I'm here to show the world. I'm here to show the world. What I say, better watch what I do. Better you know what I'm here to give you. If you ever doubted me, you don't have a clue. I'm here to show the world. I'm here to show the world. Jumping up now, never gonna work out. I'm the game changer with this, there's no doubt. You took your best shot, but it's all over now. I'm here to show the whole world. Things just come easier to me. What you work hard for, I get free. Said things you shouldn't say, and now it's time to pay, and you will pay it all to me. What I say, better watch what I do. Better you know what I'm here to give you. If you ever doubted me, you don't have a clue. I'm here to show the world. I'm here to show the world. What I say, better watch what I do. I know how hard you try. I know you don't have a clue. I'm here to show I know how hard you try. Show the world.
Oh, it's another NBL Live Super Show. We have two phenomenal games coming up here on the NBL Network. Before we get there, though, of course, we have our NBL Live pregame show brought to you now by our new pregame sponsor, our merchandise sponsors. Well, that is Came From Nothing Clothing, premium streetwear. You can see some of those examples of the NBL line of merchandise: shirts, hats, track jackets, sweatshirts. There's a whole lot going on over there. If you or anyone you know needs some sweet clothing, check out cfnclothing.com. Came From Nothing Clothing, the official merchandise sponsor of the NBL. And I tell you, I own a lot of their stuff, and it's real great, real high-quality stuff. So if you want to show your support for the NBL, again, cfnclothing.com. I appreciate everybody hanging out with us. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out with my man, the commissioner of the NBL, It is Bomber. Shout out to Gov with the 11 months of subscribing. We got two great games for you here on NBL Live Broadcast 276. On one side, you're going to see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. On the other side, the still undefeated Miami Dolphins taking on the New York Jets. And Bomber, we know the Miami Dolphins. We know how good they are. We saw them last year in the AFC Championship, how close they were to getting that Super Bowl title. But with the Jets, with the Ravens, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, this is an opportunity still relatively early in the season to put them on the right trajectory and really make a name for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at these teams involved tonight, the Baltimore Ravens, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, primarily the Tampa Bay Buccaneers kind of been playing a little bit lower than many people expected. I mean, you come into this game, week 7 matchup, NBL Live broadcast number 276, and you think, the Bucs, what are they going to be, 5-1, 4-2? They're 3-3 right now, not looking good. This is a must-win. Ravens franchise as well, consistently underperforming. You need to see them get going. These are 4 teams, at least 3 out of the 4 have playoff aspirations, and I think the Ravens actually have it as well. So, I mean, I think all 4 of these teams came into this season thinking, okay, this is my opportunity to make a playoff run this season. We got the talented team. We have the personnel group to get it done. I think the New York Jets, obviously at 2-3, the most disappointed out of the group.
Big shout out to Gibbs in the chat with the 5 months of subscribing. Let's get right to it. Let's take a look at our players to watch for this NBL Live Super Show broadcast 276 here on the NBL Network. Let's start out with that Buccaneers-Ravens game. And for the Buccaneers, Ronald Jones the second, 490 rushing yards, 6.3 per carry, and 7 touchdowns. Hasn't put the ball on the ground yet. And Bomber for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We know what they have done in the past, but early in the season, it seems like the Bucs are relying on that passing attack maybe a little more than they should. They've got a guy in RJ the second who's averaging 6.3 per carry, but maybe not getting the amount of touches today. How important is it for the Bucs against this Ravens defense to get that running game going, really establish themselves early?
I feel like this is just a reoccurring theme here with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You look at this offense and you think, okay, it's a power run team. Ronald Jones II, get it rocking and rolling, get it going. But instead, they pay $30 million, $33 million to Aaron Rodgers, 30.1 to be precise, for a year to come in here and sling the ball. I don't think they have a very talented wide receiver group. I don't think their offensive line protects the quarterback very well. I think they're more of a run-blocking offense, but they really buy into the fact that maybe their running attack, because it is so dominant, that they're overthinking it, essentially, and now they start going to this passing attack that I don't think is their strength. They need to get back to Ronald Jones II, let him rock and roll. I mean, he's averaging 6.3 yards per carry, OSU, 490 yards and 7 touchdowns. We're not even halfway through the season right now. He's on a rampant pace for only having 78 carries. He's on pace for about 160 carries on the season, not even a 200-carry halfback, and he's going to put up nearly 1,000 yards and 14 touchdowns. You got to get this guy the ball, and primarily, let's get him the ball about twice as much as what he's been getting right now. I need to see him 200, 250 carries this season.
On the flip side, for the Baltimore Ravens, Andre Hargrove at wide receiver has been almost a little bit of a revelation for this Baltimore Ravens offense that has for so long relied on the running game and the legs of Lamar Jackson. 27 receptions, 393 yards, 4 touchdowns, averaging 14.6 through the air. My question for you, though, is with the AFC North in the state that they're in, certainly a down year. We've seen the problems with the Bengals, and now with the injury to Luke Poe, it looks like that season is in dire straits. The Cleveland Browns, the talent just isn't there after this last offseason, and we all know the Pittsburgh Steelers struggles. Where's this Baltimore Ravens team? Is this a team that can win a division title, or are we just looking at the same Baltimore Ravens going to finish somewhere around 6-10, 7-9, and pick in the middle of the pack?
Yeah, it seems to be going that direction right now. The Baltimore Ravens just can't get out of their own way. It seems that they perform well against maybe top teams, premier teams, and then they kind of play down to their competition. I think that's where they're always at right now. Right now, averaging 17 points per game offensively and giving up 17 points per game defensively. That just puts you at about a 500 record. It's pretty much a 50-50 toss-up, and right now, that's kind of where they're at, 3-3. I don't expect much from them, but they have an opportunity to turn their season around tonight. This is an 85 overall team. They definitely have the talent to get it done. Lamar Jackson under center, Leonard Fournette running the ball. You got Hargrove, as you mentioned, Nelson Aguilar, Nate Logan, Hayden Hurst. There's a lot of talent on this offense. Now we just have to see it produce on the field. And hey, tonight might be the night. They might look back and go, hey, NBL Live broadcast 276. You remember? Remember when those Baltimore Ravens came out to play and they finally got themselves on the right track here in Madden 19?
Let's not forget the Ravens sitting at 3-3, only a game back of the division lead. Still early in the season. As we look at our other game which is a marquee matchup in that AFC East. Dolphins and Jets. Let's look at the New York Jets to start. Marcus May at free safety. He's having a nice start to the season. 19 tackles. He has an interception. He's got 3 passes deflected. The Bomber, this Jets team, they have quite the task ahead of them, and they are facing off not only against the Miami Dolphins team, who has the top defense in the NBL, but they also have one of the top offenses in the NBL right now. The Dolphins are rolling. What do the Jets have to do defensively to maybe get the Miami Dolphins off their rhythm?
Well, you got it right. Marcus May all day. I mean, you look at this kid, 90 speed, 92 excel, 91 zone coverage. He's got to make plays out of Florida. We haven't seen him make too many plays this cycle. I mean, I hate to be kind of a critic here, but you look at his whole cycle. It's 6 picks, 1 pick, 2 picks, 4 picks, and a pick. And that's over 4 and about a half seasons of play so far. He's gotten 1 sack. He's not really much the pass rusher that they thought maybe he could be, making tackles in the open field. His tackles are down this season as well. Forced fumbles. He's only got 2 forced fumbles throughout the entire cycle. We haven't seen too much from him. 87 hit power. I'd like to see him create a little bit more turnovers. If not in the air attack, maybe he can do it on the ground by just laying the wood on someone. I need a big game from him tonight. I mean, he's getting paid big time bucks. He's getting paid, what is he making this season? Nearly $6-7 million. I got to see him make a play.
For the Miami Dolphins, what a season they are having so far. After getting so close to that Super Bowl title, they've come out firing, undefeated still. One of only, I think it's 2 undefeated teams left in the NBL. Devontae Parker, wide receiver, is having himself a year. 14 catches, 302 yards, 5 touchdowns, 21.6 receiving average. Bomber, this Miami Dolphins team, they've been known as a defensive stalwart this entire cycle, but they're getting the offense going. Let's point out, they're the number 1 scoring defense in the NBL right now, only averaging 9 points given up per game, and it's not been against some subpar opponents. They beat the New England Patriots 30-0. They beat the Indianapolis Colts 45-14. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs 21-16. So it's not like they've played bottom of the barrel teams to start the season. They're coming off a bye week. My question for you right now, here in week 7, are the Miami Dolphins the best team in the NBL?
You got to really show some more respect here for the New York Giants. I can't go out on a limb just yet. I understand the Dolphins are one of the only, I think they are the only undefeated team left in the NBL right now after the Giants ended up tying with the Detroit Lions. You look at this Miami
Dolphins. They are undefeated. They have not been defeated yet.
Yeah, that's true. The Giants are still undefeated as well. You're correct. Miami Dolphins 5-0. This is a team that has a $202 million salary cap. So, yeah, I think they made it to the championship game last year, the Super Bowl. They couldn't get it done. They won the AFC championship game in convincing fashion. I look at this team and I see a lot of talent. They ended up bringing in Mike Evans, but their salary cap is maxed out. That tells me they got to make a play. They're trying to win a Super Bowl this year, and I think they're right on par with that. But are they the best team in the NBL? I still think maybe they're 2. You could argue that they're 1. I mean, they're definitely in the conversation. Do I think they'll come out the AFC? Yeah, I really do. I mean, you look at their top players, Fitzpatrick, 99 overall, Josh Sanders, 99 overall, Vita Vea, they just brought him in. They brought a lot of Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Vita Vea and Mike Evans, 98 overall, Naheem Hines, they brought him over from Cleveland. So this team got better in 3 pieces. Evans, Hines, and Vita Vea all came in. They're 3 of their top 5 players overall-wise in Madden. And their defense has been balling so far, so they got the recipe for success. Let's see if they can continue that trend tonight, as the Jets are really desperate right now. It's pretty much they got to win to even stay alive in this playoff hunt.
Let's also point out, Naheem Hines is averaging 8.1 per carry right now. An unbelievable rushing attack they have in Miami. Before we get your pick, let's take a look at who our Bleacher Report team sees coming out on top on NBL Live Broadcast 276. In terms of the Jets and the Dolphins, Cougs and Gibbs both going for Sclam's New York Jets to pull off the upset and hand the Dolphins their first loss of the season, whereas the rest of the squad go in the way of the Miami Dolphins. In terms of the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, everybody but Adam go in the way of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bomber, let's get your predictions. Let's start out with that matchup between the Ravens and the Bucs. 2 teams. This could be one of those hinge games where you see one team go one way with a win and one team go the other way with a loss. Week 7, bright lights. Who comes out on top?
Okay, I'm going to go out on a bit of a limb here. I'm going to make it interesting. I'm going to take the New York Jets over the Miami Dolphins in what most will consider a big-time upset. I know ownership Dan Marino's not going to be too happy, but I got it going 31-20, the New York Jets are going to score big at the end and then get a pick six to cap it off. They win 31-20. Don't bet on that one. And then I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on your left side of the screen over the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Ravens' woes continue. I think that's going to be an exciting game, though, into the second half. A couple mental mistakes, maybe from Lamar Jackson, a couple blown coverages on defense. Maybe that's what breaks the game open, but I think it'll be close all the way. Jets might be down throughout the game, but I have a feeling maybe they get a big home run play and they're able to kind of break open this defense that has just been so dominating here in NBL Season 37 for the Miami Dolphins. And maybe that just kind of puts them down to earth a little bit and kind of refocuses Miami moving on this season, if they need that.
So you got the Jets over the Dolphins. Who you got in the other game?
I got the Bucks over the Ravens. It's going to be, I'd say that game's going to be 23-20.
Should be two fantastic games. Giving them the go, because there's only one way to find out. Let's get it to game time. NBL Live Super Show here Tuesday night. Appreciate everybody tuning in to the NBL Live pregame show, but let's get this bad boy underway. Coming up next, will the Dolphins stay undefeated? Will they be able to conquer the New York Jets on the other side, Ravens and Bucks in a big matchup in Week 7? It's all coming up right now here on NBL Live.
I just want to say, hey, man, this is T.O., the cover athlete of the Madden 19 Hall of Fame edition, and you're watching the gold standard of the franchise mode, the MBL Network. Holla.
And we are live. It's NBL Live, broadcast 276 here on the NBL Network. We got two phenomenal games for you on the left side of your screen. It is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. On the right side of your screen, it is the Miami Dolphins, undefeated still, taking on the New York Jets. Appreciate everybody tuning into NBL Live, broadcast 276. I am OSU. I'm hanging out with the commissioner of the NBL. It is Bomber. And Bomber, here's the question I wanted to pose to you. I couldn't find the right way to fit it in pregame, but this seems like as good time as any. Next week, the Miami Dolphins take on the New England Patriots. I know they dominated them in their first matchup of the season, but is there any danger of this Miami Dolphins team overlooking the New York Jets with that big matchup next week?
I think the Miami Dolphins lose to the New England Patriots. Patriots just coming off a big win against the Chicago Bears 19-7 here just minutes ago. It closed up Week 7 action. You look around the league, you say the Dolphins have looked so great, and even they've looked great against the New England Patriots. But here's the deal. If they win tonight, I have a feeling the Patriots knock them off. If they lose tonight and they get upset here by the New York Jets, Dolphins come in focused, I could see another 30-0 victory over the New England Patriots, which I think could be huge for their playoff push and maybe their championship push this season.
Quick throw to Mike Evans for Allen Rose,
nice
completed just shy, or just got to pick up the first down on that play, and that's a nice throw. Bob, that's what Mike Evans man, the weapons that Miami has in the passing game, it's something we haven't seen in Miami the entire cycle.
Oh, it really hasn't. That in-between game right there for Miami to have Mike Evans, and also he gives them the big receiver threat down the field along with Taylor and his speed down the field. I mean, this team has been very tough to stop.
Second down and 8 on the left side of your screen, by the way, for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers after the 2-yard gain on first down. Throwing it over left side, complete first down and more. Down to the 45-yard line. Aaron Rodgers completes that one down the field as Allen Rose starting out 2 for 2. He'll pick up 8 yards. This Tampa Bay Buccaneers team, maybe some of the struggles has been due to some injuries. They haven't had O.J. Howard since the first game of the season. They haven't had Charles Worthington, their speed demon, but it still seems like Tampa Bay's just not clicking on the right levels. They've got Worthington back here and Howard both back for today's game against the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, something just seems off. I think you hit the nail on the head in the pregame that they just got to get the running attack going or they're going to be in some big-time trouble as that pass over there gets deflected. Woo! I thought the receiver was going to pick it up. Yeah, I thought, man, that could be a dangerous, easy touchdown. We've seen that happen a couple times this Madden. Ball pops up, and you get that crazy bounce, and then it goes right to the receiver on the other end. I thought maybe we're going to see something crazy here. Broadcast 276.
Naheem Hines picking up the first down for the Miami Dolphins. He has been phenomenal. 2nd and 10 on the left side of your screen for Aaron Rodgers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 3 wide receiver set as he drops back to pass on 2nd and 10. He'll look to the flat. Oh, nice little juke move. He's got some room to the 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 5. Touchdown Buccaneers. Just like that little shake and bake move as Ronald Jones, a little juke to the outside, and he takes it to the house. You don't need to look deep down the field when you got a weapon like Rojo.
You know, this team kind of reminds me of the Dallas Cowboys that final season where they had Tony Romo in the NFL and they were passing the ball. They were audibly out of runs, and everyone was like, they need to run the ball more. They need to run the ball, and they continued to pass. This is what this Tampa team seems like. Even the pass before, a little risky. They go back to the run. They get the touchdown. Now, we're going to constantly say it, even though you have to pass to keep the defense honest, this team needs to run the ball a lot more, and that is why right there Ronald Jones is just a beast in open field.
So we'll go full screen, 1st and 14. Quick screen pass looks like to Taylor. Shakes off one tackle, trying to make another man miss, and he is able to fight forward to the 48-yard line. Bomber for the Dolphins. That looked like it was dead to rights, but a nice little move by Taylor on the outside. The former Titan picks up a couple, gets back to a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, 2nd and 10. This is manageable for the Miami Dolphins. If I'm a Jets fan right now, it'd be nice to get a quick little turnover here on the first drive or just a punt to get the ball back. Nice little stop for the Miami Dolphins offense here for the New York Jets defense. That's what they need right now. You need to stop. You don't want to get behind early because this Jets team really struggles playing with the deficit, but they're really good if they can front run and play with a little bit of a lead throughout the game.
Keep track on the Ravens and Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the small screen on the left side, but we are full screen right now with Miami and New York. Miami putting together a little drive to start this game. 2nd down and 10. Allen Rose under center. Evans split wide left. Parker split wide right. Hooper's coming in motion. Play clock running down. Just able to get that one off, and he will toss it out to the motioning Austin Hooper, who hurdles a man, and he'll pick up a 1st down. I think he's going to pick up a face mask as well. 15 yards, and so a simple little move, and man, Allen Rose does such a great job, Bomber, of spreading it out to these wide receivers and tight ends. You never know where he's going to throw it.
I always feel like Allen Rose is maybe the best quarterback that we don't talk about on the season. You know, this guy's punched in 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, completion percentage at 71. All these are career highs. His QBR is 124, another career high. I know we're still kind of early into the season, not even hit the halfway point yet, but if he continues at this pace, he's going to be putting up career numbers, completion percentage, quarterback rating, and the touchdown to interception ratio.
Big 3rd and 12 on the left side for the Baltimore Ravens, looking to answer that early touchdown from the Buccaneers. Dropping back to pass on 3rd down. Looks over to the right side. Almost picked off, but it's caught down to the 41-yard line. Lamar Action Jackson, a bold throw right side, and is able to complete that to Logan. Picking up 18 yards. 2nd down and 9, though, with our marquee game right now. It's a shotgun formation for Allen Rose. Got Nyheim Hines in the backfield, dropping back to pass. Just looks to the angle route. Hines, spin move back to the outside, and that is what Nyheim Hines is going to do, Bomber. You're going to see the spin cycle all day long. The Jets have got to be more disciplined in the open field.
Yeah, absolutely. Hines with his ability. Nyheim was a beast for the Cleveland Browns, won 2 Super Bowls with them, NBL season 33 and 34. Now he's back NBL season 37 with the Miami Dolphins, and he says, hey, man, I'm going to ride the wave here because this team, they just feel like they're on the cusp of winning a Super Bowl. They got there last year, didn't get it done, but I think they got the guys to get them over the hump this season. They're going to be really tough and dangerous out there in the AFC.
Kellen Ballage into the game at halfback. He was the lead back last year. With Nyheim Hines coming in, they have Ballage actually got re-signed and brought back to back up Nyheim Hines. He'll pick up 9 on that play. I'll call it 7. That looked a lot closer to 9 to me, though. Going to bring up a 2nd and 3 as Lamar Jackson. He's dotting all over the field. He's got the Baltimore Ravens down to the 27-yard line. Let's go to the double box as both these teams driving for a touchdown.
Lamar Jackson got the strong arm. He's got the ability. Inside the red zone, he gets really dangerous. They're right approaching that part. Watch him. If it's not there, he might take off with his legs, and that's where things get really exciting.
2nd down and 3 for Allen Rose and the Miami Dolphins. He's going to motion out Nyheim Hines wide left, empty out the backfield. Got the fullback, Neal, though, just sort of hanging out there, dropping back. Quick drop back at the end zone, looking for the high pass to Mike Gesicki, but it is incomplete. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 3. And, Bomber, you got to think here on 3rd and 3, you'd think Nyheim Hines should get a touch here.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought maybe on 2nd and 3 would probably be the most opportune time. This Miami Dolphins offense is just a little unconventional, and they're very tough to kind of figure out. They're not the same. Yeah, big-time hit over there on the left side.
Ball came out.
Quan Alexander laying the wood for Tampa. They're kind of fortunate there, but how great has Leonard Fournette looked early in this game?
Yeah, really
He's
good.
just looked like a beast. He's looked like that roller coaster, just kind of going downhill, very smooth, and making things happen as you get an offsides there for the Miami Dolphins. That's going to push them back 5.
That's a big false start. That's a big penalty to back him up from a 3rd and 3 to a 3rd and 8. 1st and 10 for Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens on the left side. Jackson's going to take off. He'll take a big hit, but he'll pick up 5, and that's what Lamar does for this Baltimore Ravens team. Keeps that running game open, especially here inside the red zone. Big 3rd and 8 for Allen Rose. 2 wide receivers over the left side, 2 tight ends on the line. Rose dropping back to pass, 3-man rush from the Jets. Rose is going to step up. He's going to, oh boy. Okay, let's start.
I missed it. What happened?
Well, let's start with Sclam with what may be the worst user I've ever seen. Allen Rose, he's not a speedster. It's Lamar Jackson. He's going to find the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens, on the left side of your screen. But I'm sorry, I have to stay with this. Sclam misses.
Yeah, what happened? So they had a spy. Was he using the spy?
He was using the spy, and then
why would he do
Rose
that, though?
took off, and he missed him by about 4 yards. Then Allen Rose could have walked into the end zone, as Naheem Hines will do it for him, and he slides down to the 1-yard line. It was awesome.
That's 2 players in situations they really aren't accustomed to being in. One being Adam and a spy, and he's got to make a play on the quarterback. He just wasn't sure. Maybe he's a little shook right now. Maybe he's thinking he's got Lamar Jackson he's trying to contain over there. But no, it's Allen Rose. Not the quickest of feet. And then Allen Rose gets panicky when he gets close to the goal line. He's trying not to take that hit, and he ends up sliding at the 1, but they end up getting in, so they're going to be up 7-0 to start this game. NBL Live broadcast 276. If you want to join the NBL, go to 365.maddenbomberleague.com. That's 365.maddenbomberleague.com, and the 365 is because we go August to August. If you didn't know.
Darce Knight saying, better safe than sorry. Don't want to risk fumbling across the goal line. Dude, he wouldn't have taken a hit until he was 2 yards into the end zone. He was walking in.
Yeah.
As Duber saying, 5-minute first drive. That's this Miami Dolphins team, though. They're not. They are methodical. They are going to get
how
down
many
the field.
third downs they pick up? 2 or 3 on that drive? I mean, you had opportunities to get them off the field, and you just didn't do it.
Left side of your screen, Tampa Bay, big pass play once again. They're going to get a false start or a face mask as well. It looks like Baltimore's probably on aggressive tackle as a diving catch. Sam Darnold rocking that down the field for the New York Jets. A possession catch out of panic, I assume, but he's still going to pick up 24. Bomber, early in this game, there's not too many times I sit there and I look at, stick work, button work. I look at how the players are playing, but right now, Sclam is all over the place.
Looking a little panicky so far, not really trusting himself inside the pocket, getting a little jumpy, a little paranoid in the pocket. It's got to be cool, calm, and collective and make the throw, kind of like
Deep
Tampa
pass,
just did.
Left side,
right there,
puts it over the top. Sam, wham, bam, thank you. Sam over the top. Bomber, that ball perfectly placed. The coverage was tight, but the throw was better as the Jets are in business at the 13-yard line.
And if you got Robbie Anderson on your fantasy team, you're probably thinking, thank you, finally, because actually I have him and he hasn't done anything. So, yeah,
Ronald
that's where we're
Jones,
at.
please. Ronald, please. Touchdown for the Bucs. And how about the Jets getting down there? This one's going to come back, though, for a hold. But Ronald Jones, he juked, he spun, he did a little tap dance, do-si-do into the end zone. And, Bummer, fun fact, absolutely none of those moves were necessary because there was no one around him to touch him.
Yeah, that's just highlighting at that point, just finding a unique way to celebrate as he's moving down the field. Ronald Jones II making big-time plays and big dog moves so far.
Duber saying stupid holding was 10 yards behind. Yeah, welcome to Madden Life. Welcome in.
Yeah, by Lyle Collins, too, former Dallas Cowboy, one of the best linemen in the game. Hey, so at this point, you got a top-tier lineman. You move him to center. Still finds a way to penalize you a little bit. First and 20. Now the Jets has got to be smart here and think, we just can't turn it over. With adversity, comes patience. You have to have it. If you don't, this is where these penalties kind of pile up on you and you kind of end up collapsing on yourself.
First and 20 for the New York Jets. Sam Darnold under center. He's dropping back. On first down, that may be the most underrated addition to this game. Bummer. There are a lot of complaints about how things work, but right there, there's no reason that shouldn't be a sack. Sam Darnold just runs into the back of his own defender, and look at the defensive player just fight through the block and bring him down. I absolutely love that animation.
Yeah, right there, and this is dangerous territory for Sam Darnold. You take a sack here, OSU, similar to what you just took. You're out of field goal range, and you were walking into the end zone just a second ago.
Second and 27, deep pass over the middle. Great defensive play to swat that one away. It's going to be a third and long if you're the Jets. You got to think draw play, something simple. Action Jackson, he's lobbing it up right side, puts it on the money. Nice. What a throw from he's 3 of 3 for 94 yards, Bomber. Every single throw has been longer than 27 yards today for the Baltimore Ravens.
Quick math there for OSU. Shout out to him, man. Must have been some kind of math major. I know not in college, but maybe in high school he was in those maybe those calculus, whatever, man. What am I talking about? I don't even know. calculus classes is what I'm trying to say. Is that was just completely out of bounds? Did he stay in bounds there?
Dalvin, please.
Wait,
Dalvin, what are you doing?
Step out of bounds there? Did I?
No, he just spun his way back inbounds, doing a little dance.
Wow.
Picks up 19, and by the way, I don't have to. It blocked.
Oh man, it's just the Jets just have really bad luck right now. I mean, they had a touchdown get called back by their best lineman. They had a situation.
You can't
right
quit kicking that situation. You got to hold it for a second.
Yeah, definitely. Why not? There's nothing really to lose by that. You see a lot of just high risk, low reward kind of things early on that 3rd and long. You know, they threw that pass over the middle of the field and really was never going to be a first down. So it was more risk than reward. And right there, the quick hike on the field goal is more risk than reward. Why not hold it, hold the button down for 10, 15 seconds and just kind of make your defensive player have to kind of guess when you're going to kick that field goal as opposed to being able to time it.
Lamar Jackson, 1st and 10, looks over the left side, has a man complete. A shout out to Razor Boy 1738 with the follow here on Twitch. Appreciate it, my friend. 5 yards on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 5 for the Baltimore Ravens. Full screen with this one, but Miami, after that block, picking up 5 yards on 1st down. Man, it was really a drive that looked like the New York Jets had a chance to stay into this game, but Bomber, we talked about maybe Sklam being a little jumpy, a little too much on the sticks, and that field goal kick was a perfect example. As you said, there's no disadvantage just holding it because it is so hard to block those kicks if you just wait a couple seconds.
He's been a little paranoid in the pocket. Let's see if he can calm down as the game progresses. Another curl route to the right side for the Miami Dolphins. Those are risky plays. If you're watching this and you're scouting this Miami Dolphins team, you're starting to see something, aren't you? Right side, a lot of hooks, a lot of curls. I'm telling you, though, if you got a good corner over there, that's opportunities to create some turnovers and put some points on the board for your defensive unit.
Ooh, 1st and goal for Lamar Jackson. Tries to sneak it in, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers said, no, thank you, sir. You're going to have to try it another way. On the small screen left side, it's 1st and 10 for the Miami Dolphins. 2 wide receivers, Mike Evans. Wide left, Tywan Taylor in the slot on the left side. Got Naheem Hines in the backfield, driving back to pass. Blitz picked up nicely. It's tossed underneath to Mike Gesicki. He's going to fight forward to near the 1st down marker. They may give it to him. They're not 2nd and inches. Handoff, Leonard Fournette. Boy, that one's easy peasy, lemon squeezy into the end zone. And we got a shootout in Tampa as the Baltimore Ravens this kick to tie it up. And we are only, we're 5:09 from halftime. 14-14. Bomber, did you expect this sort of offensive game from these two teams?
At this point, Tampa's offense and defense, they just seem to be clicking on the same page. When their offense is scoring points, their defense is giving up points. When their offense can't move the ball, the defense steps up. Now, that same page is kind of a negative for this team if you're a fan of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NBL, but that just seems to be the way this team has been rolling this entire season. If they give up a lot of points, they're scoring a lot of points, and vice versa, and so forth and so on. This plays into the Baltimore Ravens' hands, believe it or not, OSU. Expect an upset maybe brewing over there in that Tampa Bay Baltimore Ravens game.
Ooh, almost a jump off sides. They're going to run the halfback wham with Ronald Jones, and that spin move just killed his momentum. 1st and 10 on the right side of the screen for Allen Rose, dropping back. Great play, defensive lineman hopping up and batting that bad boy down. Rose just dropping back. Good contain on the outside to set it at a 2nd and 10.
Nice job right there defensively, making a play. But yeah, the offense looking good. 2nd and 10 here for the Miami Dolphins. Trips to the left side. Let's see if they can get something done, get a big play here.
Big shout out to JY with the sub. 2nd and 10. That's a nice deep pass there from Aaron Rodgers down the field. Rose looks to the screen, looks away from the screen, looks back to the screen. It's Mike Evans. He'll pick up a couple. Evans not known so much as a speedster. Surprised to see him. It wasn't. It was a fake screen, but he threw to him anyways. He'll pick up 6, set up a 3rd and 4.
Mike Evans making plays already, and let's see if the Bucs can continue this drive.
Ball's out. Ball's out. It's picked up by Baltimore. We're going the other way as Pierce recovers that one. A nice strip on a drag route. The Buccaneers, Bomber, have had problems with fumbles this year. They had 2 big ones against the Cardinals a couple weeks ago. They've already put the ball on the ground twice, once going the way to the Baltimore Ravens.
Usually when you think of fumbles, you think of the quarterback position for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Aaron Rodgers.
Tywan Taylor, he's got space. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. That looked like a cover 0 blitz, and Taylor got over the top on the corner route. And once Taylor gets into open space, there's no catching him. The Dolphins already up 2 scores.
Yeah, he's just too fast, too good. When you see a fumble recovery, don't think of Michael Pierce, though. I know he's making $14 million this year, but 339 pounds, 6 foot. He's not really moving around. as light on his feet as he once was at 29 years old. But right there, he gets down, gets the ball, and gives the Baltimore Ravens an opportunity to take a lead in this game.
And then he immediately gets sacked on 2nd and 8. Noah Spence coming around the outside, going to set up a 3rd and long. And that's sort of been the Baltimore Ravens season in a nutshell. It's been a lot of questionable quarterback decisions, taking sacks on 1st and 2nd down, sending them into 3rd and long. And even when you have a guy like Lamar Jackson, as much of an athlete it is, it's not easy to be in these 3rd and longs.
Oh, it's not. At that point, your internal clock has to be going up. Step up, Lamar Jackson. You have to step up, maybe take off and use your legs.
3rd and 15, empty backfield for Jackson. Stepping up in the pocket. It's like he was listening. Has a man right side. Money ball. He's past midfield. He spins back into the defender. It's a bold decision. It didn't work out great, but they pick up the 1st down.
Hey, the quickest way to get tackled is to completely stop on the dime. Wait till your defender decides which direction he's going to go. And then, obviously, left trigger spin right into him. That's what you saw right there from the Baltimore Ravens. But on the positive side, Lamar Jackson getting outside the pocket, doing what he's supposed to do, extend plays with his legs, and use his strong arm to make the throw. Nice on-point pass right there. We're finally starting to see some good Lamar Jackson so far.
Throws over to the left side. That, you were saying, what was that? Going the other way. Empty space. 20, 15, 10, 5, defense. Hop, skip, and a jump into the end zone. The bad throw from Lamar. He had the drag. He straight up missed him, and when you miss the drag by that much, it's an easy walk-in touchdown for the defense as Tampa Bay. They fumble the ball on their drive. They take it right back and put it in the end zone. Tampa Bay up now in this game.
Yeah, you look at Lamar Jackson on that play, you have no routes, nothing hot routed over the middle of the field. So the middle of the field is just almost stretched. It looked like a cover 2 to me, the way the linebackers were so split apart. I felt like a seam would have got right over top or been able to split those linebackers initially. I know you had the one high safety, but I think you would have been all right. Everything to the sideline, and then he ends up stretching, what was that, 15-yard pass east and west to gain 2 or 3 yards on a drag. That's just not a good throw. That's another high risk, low reward. If you catch it, what do you gain? A yard or 2, and right there you get pick 6, and now you find yourself down 7.
Go over to New York and Miami. New York putting on a little drive. Looked bad. I don't know if you saw it. Miami's been on that aggressive pass rush all game. Not a single fake hike from Sam Darnold, but he's going to try to What are you doing? What are you doing?
It's been mental mistakes. So you look on paper what this Jets team can do. They make plays. They do positive things. And then they do things like that just really have you shaking your head and going, okay, what's going on? Yeah, I don't know. And those are the things that you got to clean up. At this point, Sam Darnold's been in the league now. This is his 5th season. You got to be better than that. Everybody around you is getting better. Allen Rhodes has completely superseded, Sam Darnold so far. So at this point, you're thinking to yourself, maybe it might be time that they move on from Sam Darnold. I know 2 back-to-back wildcard playoff bursts, but, man, his play has been really suspect in the big game, such as the 2 that he plays, the 4 that he plays every season in his division between the Patriots and the Miami Dolphins.
Sack for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Don't know why Lamar didn't throw that one away. Here's my question. He's going for that juke move there. Again, you talked about the drag route 15 yards across the field. What's the best gain there? You fake out that guy. There were 3 guys behind him. You're gaining an extra yard? Maybe? You already had the 1st down. Slide down, big fella.
Yeah, you got to just be a little smarter there. Not really taking into account his surroundings at this point. Let's check out the Miami. Oh, both of these games 3rd and 10 right now. Big 3rd downs for both of these teams.
We'll go to the double box for these dueling 3rd downs. Lamar Jackson looking up the seam. Has a man. Nice throw from Jackson. Right down the seam.
Hey, that's what I wanted to see earlier. That was a little tighter than I liked. Obviously cover 3, but I feel like these linebackers and those purples are just kind of spreading apart and giving you an opportunity to drive it down the field.
Allen Rose, he's going to chuck it deep down the field. That's a bad throw. That's basically a punt as it goes the other way. An arm punt, as Bomber would call it. 45 seconds left. Jets have all 3 timeouts. A good stop there to keep
angle
the
route
from
was wide open. I don't understand how he didn't go to the angle route. That's the very same defense that he put on him when Allen Rose was able to step up and just sidestep the user in the quarterback spy right there. He sits in the pocket.
It wasn't even a sidestep. It was more of a straight line run.
It was more of a straight line run that the defender
spy just
sidestepped him as he got closer. Yeah.
Allen Rose is an intimidating human being. As Sam's going to chuck this up deep down the field. That's picked off.
Hey, I raised your arm punt. 1 arm punt.
Tywan Taylor dislocated. I think it's his shoulder. Out for the game. But good chance this Jets-Dolphins game is already over. And Bomber, this Jets team, to call them all over the place would be an understatement. They opened the season with a 10-6 loss to the Green Bay Packers. They've had some wins since then, but
Yeah, they beat the Lions 10-6.
listen,
That's the most head-scratching win out of all of the losses they've had. It's just a team that has potential that's just not living up to it and being very inconsistent here and there. I like the team on paper, but you got to put it together on the field. And right now, you're seeing the very bad New York Jets.
you know, I joke. I don't joke. I mean it when I call Z-Star the bridesmaid, the Dallas Cowboys the bridesmaid. They're never the bride. They're always on the cusp. The New York Jets don't even get an invite to the wedding, though. They just keep getting to the playoffs. And Bomber, have they won a playoff game yet? I feel like every time I've seen them in the playoffs, they've gotten absolutely obliterated.
No, yeah, absolutely. They have not been able to win. They've been wild card 2 seasons in a row, and it's all came down to week 17 kind of wild cards, too. It's not even that solidified 5-spot wild card. Mind you, they are in a very tough division, man. I mean, we're talking New England Patriots, Miami Dolphins. These are 2 Super Bowl contending teams, so it's not easy for the Jets by any means.
Al Rose, nice throw to the right side, finding Naheem Hines, 25 seconds. Miami's going to use
It's
their
a lot of
second
curls
timeout.
on the right side. I'm seeing him the right side. He likes to throw that curl. That's something to definitely take into account right there. Nice read by Allen Rose. He's definitely got his checkdowns in play right now.
Lamar Jackson, all sorts of time on 2nd and 10. He's still back there. He's still waiting. He launches it over the middle. He finds a man. I think that's 4 net down the field of the 14-yard line. Here's my question, Bomber. You've been watching this game.
Yeah.
How much rack have the Baltimore receivers gotten? Because I feel like it's all been 28-yard passes with no rack afterwards.
Yeah, it's not really, and that shows you these guys aren't that open, but they are slightly open when you got a gun and you can drive it down the field like Lamar Jackson can. He's squeezing it in there, but at the same time, these aren't completely open routes down the field.
1st and 10 for the Baltimore Ravens. Handoff, Leonard Fournette trying to find something. Nothing going there. Motor Stream just had a small seizure.
Yeah, I had that too.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Love it. Big drives here at the end of the half. Baltimore looking to tie this ball game up before they get into halftime. They've got all 3 timeouts remaining, but clock is running right side. Miami's up 14-0 in that game as it sits. Face mask there. They're going to have 15 yards. They're going to get a first.
We've seen a couple of those today. We've seen a couple just tackling an open field. He's going to go there and show us that he's got it all on balance. That just happens to be a discipline trait there. Timely. I used to see it. You know who used to give me the most face mask penalties this season for this cycle for the Detroit Lions? It was it's a safety I had. He's 6'2". Not Tracy Porter. It's
Tyler Porter. Got it.
Tyler Porter.
Yeah, Tyler Porter.
Exactly. T Ports. That's the guy.
Honestly, that sounds more like a J Ports move. I'm not going to lie.
I don't think he can reach the face of anybody. He might be he's the guy that sacks the quarterback and they get him for what's the penalty where you hit him too low?
Oh yeah, the roughing the passer from hitting him in the legs. Yeah,
he gets that and he's like, I just tackled him regular. Yeah.
Lamar Jackson, quarterback. I think that was the quarterback blast from the Wildcat or from that Cam Newton set into the end zone. Tampa Bay an extra point away from tying this up right side of your screen. Miami, 7 seconds left. Allen Rose, he's looking to put the nail in the coffin, looks deep down the middle of the field, almost picked off. Instead, it's going to fall to the ground. Miami's going to settle for a field goal. Tampa Bay and Baltimore, though, Bomber, it's been turnover. It's been key turnovers. It hasn't been a lot. It's just been some key turnovers. But at the end of the day, these teams very evenly matched. 21-21, it looks like it's going to go into at halftime.
I don't understand the throw there for Allen Rose, though, and the Miami Dolphins. You look at the situation, 14-0, just take the field goal. Before this, they're going to get it now, but the throw before was just way too much risk when you take into account that you can go up 3 scores here, and this team has showed you they can't put up anything. Or you can shank the field goal.
Missed it, just straight up missed it.
Hey, that keeps them alive. We're talking 14 points. If the Jets kind of get it together here, one big play, you're right back in this game.
The Jets get the ball to start the half.
And they get the ball to start the second half, OSU. We might be talking about a comeback here, maybe. For that gangrene in New York.
Maybe Sam Darnold should just put the juke move away, though, for a moment. Like, I'm just saying, maybe just put that in the back pocket, not whip that bad boy out. 1st attempt for Tampa Bay as they're looking to get something maybe before the half. They do complete it. 2 seconds left. Do you even risk a Hail Mary here, or do you just take the knee and move on?
If I'm Tampa, I take the knee because Aaron Rodgers has fumbled, I think, 5 times this season, all from being hit while he's trying to throw the ball down the field. I think that's a legitimate concern. You don't have Mike Evans anymore, OSU. He's playing in Miami. He's playing with the Dolphins, so I don't like this call here.
He gets sacked anyways.
Pressure came on three-man rush just very aggressively for the Baltimore Ravens.
I'm going to need MotorStream to calm down is what I'm going to need. I'm really going to need it to take
Yeah, I'm getting the same thing.
Going to really need that bit
everywhere.
rate to settle down. As 14-0, Miami on top. Still undefeated, New York looking to pull off the upset. Left side of your screen, 21-21 in that game. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us for NBL Live Broadcast 276 here on the NBL Network. I am OSU. I'm hanging out with the commissioner of the NBL. It is Bomber. Next NBL Live coming up Thursday night here on the NBL Network, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, as Sam Darnold, he'll look underneath. Took the safe throw underneath, and it's good to see that. Going to get close to the first down, going to cut it down to a third and short.
At the end of this stream, we are going to be rating another stream. So if you guys got another stream that you're watching right now or somebody that's on that you like, let us know in the chat. We'll consider rating that stream as well. We'll take everybody's input, and then we'll, OSU will probably just choose whatever he wants. So it might not even matter at this point. But yeah, 54 viewers watching right now. Appreciate everybody checking out NBL Live Broadcast 276 tomorrow night. Wait, is it tomorrow night or Thursday? We're back on
night. It's picked
Thursday.
off. Sammy D throws it to Raekwon McMillan, the former linebacker from the Ohio State University. It's going the other way, Bomber. The Jets completely outclassed today.
Yeah, I just don't like that throw at all. It was very obvious where it was going. It was very obvious what was going on. And it just seemed like they can't come off that. And now I'm watching this game, and I'm thinking, wow, the mistakes I made defensively by trying to overthink what the New York Jets were doing. I should have just stayed home and played that middle of the field. That's what I'm looking at right now. I'm like, what was I doing? Why was I over there in the purple giving up this middle of the field? Yeah, that's what happened.
Mike Gesicki trying to get to the first down marker. 2nd and 10. Lamar Jackson's going to take off. He'll get near the first down marker. Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, right here, twitch.tv/NBL Network. It's going to be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Indianapolis Colts and the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Washington Redskins. Bomber, the Redskins. A real nice season they're putting together.
Yeah, they are. They're playing a lot of people tough. They only have a couple bad losses so far, but they've looked great. They're always that team that's on the cusp. We covered them on building the franchise, and that was NBL season 35. We covered them. They went 9-7, had their best season. They're in a very tough division, but I think it's making them better. They're currently at 5-2. Giants 5-0. Cowboys 4-1. I mean, there is a lot of positive things going on in the NFC East. We're calling it the NFC Beast because it's just 3 teams deep, and all 3 of those teams are very, very tough.
And the Philadelphia Eagles are also in that division, 3rd and 1. Jackson, just take off. Just go or chuck it. Whatever. They're going to be forced to punt. Mike Evans, ooh, what a catch. Went for the hurdle, which is a bold move. Allen Rose, 15-20, 188, a touchdown. That one interception was more of an arm punt at the end of the half. But Miami, Bomber, this is how talented Miami is. This New York Jets team, they look like a 2-win team out here against these Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, they don't look like a playoff team. At this point, it just seems like they have their number. Usually between division matchups is worth
Okay. Jeez.
Okay.
All right, Charles. Chuck.
Wow, put that on a top 10. Did you like that? I mean, just juke spin. We got a Mike Evans touchdown over. That's less impressive. Easy peasy right there. But Charles Worthington, did you see that play? Just in, out, spin, left, right. He was doing everything. It's like he was at the combine laying it all on the line to get drafted and change his life. Because right there, that was a change of life kind of run there for Charles Worthington.
Jamie's going to break that right stick with all those juke moves. 1st and 10 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I formation. How about you give him free 5 yards? A little fake hike gets the Baltimore Ravens set up to a 1st and 5. Jets down 21-0, Bomber. No chance in this ball game for the Jets?
No, it's probably definitely over at this point. We'll probably be turning it off after one more score, unless they can get a quick score down the field, but that's going to result in them probably throwing another interception. We had a Gamer Strike in the chat said Mike Evans is a slow Mack truck. Yeah, he definitely
100%.
is. But he looks real smooth tonight. He's making some big plays.
Ronald Jones, he'll pick up the first down. Only 4 carries again in this game, Bomber. What? Man, Ronald Jones must feel like he's the best running back to never touch the
I'm telling you, Cowboys, the last year with Tony Romo, very similar. He had the post route on the right side coming over there, right over top of that little angle route or whatever number 12 was running a slant. It seemed to get wide open, but right there he just kind of missed him. Yeah, I
Ronald Jones again. How about 10 yards? Give him 12.
Jump cut right there. I like that. How good is he? It definitely reminds me of the Cowboys when, Tony Romo, Zeke Elliott was new on the scene, and everyone was saying, why are we audibling out of, of these runs? Why are we audibling to pass? It seemed to be killing them at the time, and we, as I mean Cowboys fans, obviously not me.
Not me. Ooh,
not me.
That was how about another play outside? How about just Donnell Pumphrey? His first carry. He'll pick up 25. Been a nice addition for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. For the New York Jets, Randall Cobb gets into the game. He picks up a nice gain deep down the field, but the Jets very one-dimensional right now. It's a lot of deep crossers, trying to get those going, and then really Sam Darnold doing a great job of throwing it to the team in white. Unfortunately, the New York Jets are in green today.
Randall Cobb resurrected his career in Dallas. Some NBL facts for you for a little bit, and then just age eventually caught up with him, and now he's with the New York Jets.
1st and 10 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and how about another free 5 yards given up by the Baltimore Ravens? Instead of a 1st and goal on the 5 instead of the 10. That's a nice 5-yard pickup. Way better than any run. They didn't have to use it down on that play.
Yeah, no, 1st and goal from the 5. Maybe this was the grand scheme, the grand plan for them to get them this close, and they feel like their defense can now get some run stopping going. Or maybe Tampa overthinks it and tries to pass the ball into the end zone.
Sam Darnold sacked. Raekwon McMillan with the sack. Already has an interception on the day. Quick throw to the flat, trying to get to the end zone.
Is aggressive on for Miami the entire game?
Yes.
I feel like I've seen it the entire game.
Yes.
Why are we not fake hiking this team?
Hey, this is what you get for not watching NBL Live while you play.
Yeah, don't listen to OSU. Bananas would have been fake hiking already. You would have already saw that on. I mean, that's incredible.
I mean, but there's got to be some hint of it when. Okay. Oh no, Sam. Okay, yeah.
Well, speaking of hint of
it,
that guy looked like a man possessed.
Yeah,
like he had rabies or something. He was just foaming out the mouth there.
That's all I got, man.
Wow. He just ran through 3 guys. I mean, wow, man. They really turned the JUI sound over there on the defensive side of the ball. But, man, if you're a playoff team and you're going to play this Miami Dolphins team, this is something you got to watch. I mean, anybody that's willing to leave aggressive on for this long period of time, to me, that's a desperation kind of move. And that's something this isn't a coaching adjustment that you're just leaving on. Something that can definitely be used against you.
3rd and goal. Baltimore's not been able to punch this bad boy in. Just hand it to the big fella. Right to the fullback. That's easy. Easy play. They're into the end zone. They're dancing, and Tampa Bay has reclaimed the lead. This has been back and forth. It doesn't seem like any one team really has the edge right now.
Oh, it doesn't. Every time Tampa comes down and scores, their defense gives up a big play. But if there was any time in the game, any moment in the game for you to just kind of come away with a big-time stop, it's right now. I think Lamar Jackson's going to get a little aggressive right now, and maybe Tampa Bay comes away with a little tip pick, or they end up just getting in front of the ball and creating a turnover that way.
Bubble screen to Goodwin. Right near the 1st down marker. How about set up a 3rd and inches? Boy, this Miami Dolphins team is looking good. But again,
sharp.
Miami's looking good, but let's point something out. New York has made a lot of mistakes, and it has been a lot of unforced errors. Let's not pretend like Miami's defense has been making diving interceptions and huge defensive plays. Sam Darnold has hit 2 defenders right in the chest, and then he has tried to juke move 1 defender that were forced to fumble, and then didn't throw the ball away after having 8 seconds in the pocket. It's been a lot of unforced errors, which is what Miami makes you do.
Yeah, the Jets just seemed like they were defeated before the game even started. I think Spongy the Champ making a great analysis there in the chat. He said this is going to depend on who has the last possession. He's talking about the Ravens-Tampa game. It might, and if they get a score here, if Baltimore comes down and actually puts 7 on the board, I completely am on board with that OSU. Whoever gets the ball last is going to win this game. However it plays out, whoever can score quick enough to get the ball back, to get that one last run, might have a chance there as somehow. But there it goes. I talked about it earlier. Lamar Jackson's going to throw this one away.
Yep, there it is.
That was it. I said it was going to happen on this drive if it was going to happen, and right there, that's what happened.
Boy, the Miami Dolphins are killing the right side of this defense. The New York Jets have some weakness over on the right side, and Allen Rose is just all day, whether it's a curl, that was a little switch route, a little wheel to the outside. They're just throwing it right side, and New York has no way to stop it.
Really tough right now for Gangrene. The Jets fan base is as silent as it can get for a home game. Just completely dominated. This is looking like it's going to be a shutout.
2 games in very different states. Tampa Bay holding on to a 7-point lead. Miami holding on to a bigger lead. It's Naheem Hines with the carry. This is where Hines is just going to get going. I want to see what defense that was. A 4-man rush, cover 3 match. You're down 21-0. I'm surprised that New York's not bringing more heat because Miami's going to run the ball down their throats with Naheem Hines.
Yeah, you got to send the heat. You got to trust your defense to put them in some kind of hole here. But, a field goal here is pretty much puts it out of reach. It's a 4-score game.
It's already out of reach.
You got to make you got to get a turnover here. So, playing this drop coverage, I don't understand it.
2nd and 4 on the left side of your screen for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Allen Rose drawn back on first and goal for the Miami Dolphins, looking for anyone open. He's got all the time in the world, rolling out right side. He'll get hit.
Hey,
Lucky that didn't come out.
Yeah, that was the one where, you ever have that play where you just kind of approach a quarterback and you're like, you know what, I'm not going to hit him. He's going to make a mistake here.
Just go ahead and throw that ball.
If you let him throw that,
Aaron Rodgers is down.
An interception.
Aaron Rodgers
That's
is down.
$30 million on the ground, number 4.
Didn't step out of bounds. He
Wow.
took the hit, and he is down holding his back. Hopefully it's not serious, but boy. How about the Tampa Bay quarterback position the last couple of seasons?
Hold on. How about Aaron Rodgers? What kind of taxes do you think he's paying? He's made the most money in the NBL over the last 3 seasons.
He's in Florida. There's no income tax.
He's got a two $40 million contracts, and then this year he played for 30 points. I think it was 2 or something. That's what we said.
That's why they love going to Florida. There's no state income tax.
$110 million over 3 years. I don't think anybody's made that kind of money in the NBL before.
Ooh, that was a little
dangerous play.
Shovel pass.
And it's going to
Ronald Jones.
Wow.
So this Miami game's over, right?
Yeah, we can switch off of that.
Cool. Let's just go. Let's go full screen to Baltimore and Tampa Bay. We'll keep you apprised, but it's 28-0 over there.
Aaron Rodgers the amount of money he's made in the last 3, I think that's something that we should probably just try to keep track of. Bleacher Report, if you're listening. 38 years old, from 36, 37, and 38. He has
it's coming back.
Yeah, it's coming back.
All right,
30.1 million, and then 40 million, then 38 million. So that's 70 plus 38. That's 108. 108.1 million is what Aaron Rodgers has made over the last 3 years. I don't think anybody's made that kind of money. Signing 1-year deals. He signed those LeBron James deals. The only difference is he's not taking you anywhere. He hasn't made the playoffs on those contracts yet. And right now, if the playoffs started today, he'd miss it with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as well.
28.
QBRs in the last 3 years, 83, 75. This year, 108, kind of bouncing back. I mean, if history tells us anything, this 12-touchdown, 5-interception season he's at, if he gets hurt and he misses some time, maybe that still might propel him to make more. His salary went down. He's at $30 million. He might go back up to $40 million at 39.
First and 20 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I formation, handoff to Ronald Jones right up the gut. Good tackle there at the 41-yard line, only giving up 4. Looks like
what was the injury for Aaron Rodgers?
I didn't see what it was, but everyone's saying
I missed it too. What if it said career ender? Okay. That would be kind of cool to have at the ending of the, Well, I guess you couldn't really decide that in-game kind of thing,
he had cramps.
Oh, okay.
Jacoby Brissett still in the game. I don't know if they've decided to hold him out, but they're keeping Brissett in the game right now as they'll hit at the end of the third quarter. Put your 4s in the chat. It's fourth quarter time here on NBL Live Broadcast 276, 28-21. Baltimore needs their defense to stand up tall. As it's Jacoby Brissett into the game. Looks like they're holding Aaron Rodgers out for the moment. 2nd and 16. Looking over the middle of the field. The man coverage can't stay with him. It's a first down to the 23-yard line. Nice throw from Brissett, but Baltimore, that wasn't even man cover 6 trap. I have literally never seen anyone run that defense.
Yeah, that's I haven't
Not
seen
once.
that before either. That is definitely a unique Baltimore Ravens maybe staple at this point.
I've seen more 4-lock palms than I've seen cover 6 traps. 1st and 10. Jacoby Brissett in at quarterback. Really trying to protect Aaron Rodgers, it looks like. On first down, it's going to be an in route. That is picked off. It was an overthrow from Brissett, and Baltimore gets a gift.
A field goal.
It's 4-lock palms.
Let me put this into context.
Yes!
Let me put this into context for you real quick, OSU. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers lost last week to the Arizona Cardinals. They had the ball, and they were up 6 points, I believe, or 3 points with 1:20 left, no timeouts. It was first down. They just got it. All they had to do was knee it out. They run one more play. They play action it. They throw it. They get hit as they throw. They lose it. The Cardinals pick the ball up. They score. So that was a game they should have won. They should easily be 4-2 right now. If they end up losing this game, look back at this play. This could have been 3 points and put them up 10.
Sim Football Critic, join us in the chat. Appreciate seeing you, Sim. One of the great guys here in the Sim community says, I ran in a league game, tricked my opponent into throwing a pick. You have to use it in spot. The 4-lock palms got a pick, baby. That's going to be the defense that everyone's running. No, it's not, because it's not good. It's not a good defense, but that was just such a bad throw. At Bomber, that in-route totally beat the user on the man coverage on that 4-lock palms, but it was such an overthrow. It sort of ended up in his hands.
Yeah, absolutely. Right there on the right side, left side. What side was it on? I actually absolutely missed it.
Pick?
I didn't see it. I'm sitting there. I'm putting out some things on Twitter right now. Ravens down 7 right now, 3rd and 2, biggest third down of the game, 4:54 left. You got to wonder, Lamar Jackson, I just spread them out right now. They're not going to do it. They're 2 wide receivers, 2 tight end set, but I'd spread them out and say, hey, let me get a quick pass off. Let me spread this defense out, and then I got the legs of Lamar Jackson maybe to pick up those 2 yards.
How about toss play to Fournette? What a tackle at the 18-yard line. Should have cut it inside, didn't, and Baltimore.
I go for it.
4th and 3.
Go for it. I mean, you've already proven you can't really stop this offense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, they pretty much just made a mental error. You got to go for it. You got to go for it right now. Have to.
If I had the money, which I do, and if I were a betting man, which I am, I'd put all my money on an Lamar Jackson scramble right here. 4th and 3, empty backfield for action Jackson. They're going to run is it going to be a fake screen, the real screen? Slant route left side. You got to throw it. He goes over the middle. That's a horrible throw. Oh, that's a bad throw. Why did he lob that? He had all sorts of space, and he lobbed it out there where the safety was. And once again, the Baltimore Ravens making more boneheaded plays, and it's a reason why they're down 7 in this ballgame.
Yeah, you look at this team right now, and you just wonder why they're in such disarray. I mean, I hate that play for Lamar Jackson because if nobody sits on the screen, he doesn't really want to throw the screen. Nobody jumped on it. It was wide open. He probably should have just thrown it. But instead, he already counted it off, and he was hoping it would just take a defender. But right there, they're in trouble here.
Aaron Rodgers with that cramp.
Fumble.
He shook off a defender. Just said no thank you, then gets hit as he throws. And it's an incomplete pass. But Bomber, Tampa Bay, why are they even thinking about throwing the ball? Run it, kick your field goal. I'm not sure Baltimore can get 10 points.
Yeah, I don't know either. At this point, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, once again, it just seems like they're trying to lose this game. And you get the animation where you break the sack. Why not just take the sack after that? You know it's an issue throwing the ball after you break the sack. He tries to throw it anyways. He almost fumbles the ball there. That could have been devastating for this team. Watch the drag to Lewis here.
2nd and 10. Rodgers rolling out left side, has a man over there. Goes to the second man, walk into the end zone, big fella. O.J. Howard. Back from injury, and he puts his mark on this game. He's dancing Tampa Bay's up 2 scores and making a statement that they are a team to watch out for in the NFC.
And that was a nice rollout there by Aaron Rodgers, getting his wheels on, making a play, making it happen. They get a touchdown. That should do it, right? I mean, just the way this game is going, I don't want to write the Ravens off just yet, but I mean, in all case in point, this is the end of the game, right? You go up 2 scores, 4 minutes left. You can't give up 14 points with 4 minutes left, right? I mean, we've seen it happen before. But the Ravens, I wouldn't count them out just yet, but that should be the end to this game.
GGs are in the chat right now. Guys, let us know. We got about 3:56 game time here. Let us know who we should raid. We're going to raid somebody at the end of this one. We raided Shop last time. Sim saying that looked like real-life Aaron Rodgers on that one. That's what he does so well. Extends that play, and then on the run puts a ball on the money. O.J. Howard gets a huge touchdown. Welcome back to O.J. Howard in Tampa. This team is one to look out for. 1st and 10 for the Baltimore Ravens. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Pistol formation for action Jackson. Play action pass. He's chucking it up. You know he is. Got one-on-one out the outside. Can he get it to him? He cannot. Great defensive play.
Wow.
Playing the body and batting that one away. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
And they got a real speedster on the outside. You remember Nate Logan? He's been injured for this team. He hasn't played much. He was the speedster from last season. They got a rookie this year. We talked about Hargrove. He was a second-round pick towards the end, but he's 95 speed, 93 excel, 6'1". Andre Hargrove, number 89. That's who they were looking for. If he can get over the top. Watch Nate Logan on the right side as well. If you don't have help over the top on that right side, if the safety takes one of those inside slot guys, he could be one-on-one. They might take the shot that way. Or Lamar Jackson gets sacked. One or the other.
I got nothing. D-Terminal 240 in the chat says, what's up, chat? What's going on, Terminal? Good to see you, my man. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us Tuesday night. Don't forget, Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern time. We've got NBL Live 277 here on the NBL Network. Cowboys and Redskins is one matchup. I believe it, what did I say? Colts-Titans. The other matchup. 2 great games. 3rd and 22. He's just dropping back. How about 4th and 30 to finish the game?
Yeah, that's going to do it. I would assume so. 4th and 30, I would expect maybe a hit fumble here. Lamar Jackson if he's not completely protected and he doesn't have an insane amount of time, if they actually send some kind of overload blitz on one side, some corner blitz, he just seems to be in trouble right here. But I don't know. I don't like the safeties this shallow right here on 4th and 31 either. He's going to back him up here a little
They're
smarter.
bringing a cover 0 blitz.
Oh, wow.
They're
That's risky.
bringing it. 3:04 and counting. Only
If
Fournette
he
in the
blocked the
backfield.
halfback.
He's thinking. He's thinking.
So they say the worst thing Cougs can do is actually think as the lineman completely switch sides here. This pressure's coming hot.
He's now got Logan. Look at Logan on the inside on the offensive line.
And he's an
Love
insanely
it.
small.
How about taking
Small
delay
player.
game? How does that sound? Who's even like still playing? What are we doing?
That's probably smarter than burning the timeout. I mean, it's only going to push you back one more yard. 4th and 32 here. You got to make a play down the field. He didn't like what he had. Obviously flipped the play. Got his wide receiver in there playing left tackle, left guard. That wasn't good. Pass rush is about to turn on. You really want to turn it? I wouldn't turn it on. I would not turn on pass rush aggressive right now because why risk giving him 5 yards of breathing room? Because we've seen crazy things happen before. I liked him with the cover 0. Now he's in this contain. I don't like the contain. Last time he was on contain with Lamar Jackson, he gave up 20, 25 yards.
4th and 32. For a guy with as much athleticism as Lamar Jackson, I'm surprised he doesn't step up in the pocket more. There's that cover 0. You got to chuck it, big fella. Oh, he looks for the 30-yard out route. Oh, I love it. He goes for the Madden 17 out route. Hot routes him to the
Smart
line.
routes him. Yeah.
Oh.
Audibles and out and smart routes him 30 yards up to break at the
it's
ball
funny.
as if the defense wasn't saying, yeah, I got help over the top, man. I'm not sitting there over the top on you. I'm underneath. Sandwich over there, over the top, blanket coverage, nowhere to go. Just a bad throw, and right there, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to punch this one in.
Yeah, they're just going to get some more stats for Ronald Jones at this point. Yep. Hey, Ronald. Enjoy yourself. This is a 21-21 ball game, and it came down to crunch time.
All right, I'm going to
Bomber.
start looking at who we're going to raid. Yeah, this was 21-21. Now it's 41-21. The Ravens look exactly like we thought. Just someone that can hang around for a little bit. You know, they can come outside and play, but their mom's bringing them inside, about 6, right, for dinner, and he never comes back. And that's what the Ravens see. I mean, it looks good for a while. His mom calls him in. He says he's going to be back after dinner. He never comes back. And that's pretty much we all know a friend like that, right? Didn't we all grow up with somebody like that?
I didn't have friends growing up.
So OSU doesn't know exactly. Well, let me know in the chat, guys. You got to know you got that one friend. He's playing. He's kind of crucial because we're playing some 3-on-3. He leaves, screws everything up. He's like, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to eat real quick. He never comes back, because then it gets dark. His mom
No,
already
see,
called
I
him
was
in.
that
Yeah.
guy because I never ate quick. I'd be like, I'll eat real
gotcha.
quick. And then like 2 hours later, they're like, you still eating? I'm like, you damn right I am. I'm just going to town. 42-21 this ball game. In Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern time, twitch.tv/NBL Network. Don't miss out on that one. Then we got Saturday night showcase coming up on Saturday. That is going to be a great game. Chiefs and Broncos here Saturday night. 8 o'clock Eastern time. In between that, Friday night, you can catch me over on the Mutthead $1,000 Friday night tournaments. Winner take all, sponsored by Grubhub. That's going to be on twitch.tv/MuttheadTV.
That's this Friday, right?
Yeah,
Or
Friday night.
Yeah, this Friday. They're flying you down there, man. They're going to take care of you. You're going to be calling some action.
Yeah, it's going to be good. And then next week is Madden Challenge around the corner. Wednesday. Go out to San Francisco. So, of course, next week, while I'm in San Francisco, bonus coverage, BTF, all that stuff will be holding down the fort. 2-minute warning here, 42-20. Who we gonna raid? What are you looking at?
Let me look. I was just sitting out the last tweet right now. Let me check, see what we got. What do you guys think?
Yes, that Friday night will be Muttheads. So we got Thursday NBL Live, Friday night Mutthead, Saturday night Showcase. We'll have an NBL Live probably Monday or Tuesday night next week. And then,
Let's see what we got. Madden 19 streaming right now. Yeah, some good stuff. I mean, we got
W's
B-Tech said he's going to be in the this Friday for the
He'll
Mudhead.
be in the Mutthead tournament.
Yeah, man, a lot of guys really excited. Shop, we already
Shop.
yeah, we already did shop once. Got W going right there. We could go with W and just raid him.
Go W.
That 121. I mean, maybe we got an opportunity to push him close to 200. I mean, that could be cool.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do that then. There's one that
We'll
we're
raid
sub
W.
to that I see. Yeah.
Yeah, stick with us, folks. We're gonna raid W at the end of this one. Where does Baltimore go from here, Bomber? We were talking about how Baltimore's sort of in that mix.
If they
Could
don't
win a
go in,
division
this
title?
is what they are. It just seems like until something dramatically changes, and I think it has to happen on the defensive side of the ball. They have two really great safeties, high speed, 92 speed on both ends, very 90 plus overall. But something has to change pass rusher wise. They got to get pressure early. and they have to do it without selling out everybody on the back end, because that's where they seem to get burned. I think offensively they drafted heavy in the first and second rounds, offensive side of the ball recently. I think that's kind of been a mistake. I think their linebackers in front line need to get a little bit better for this defensive unit, and I think that's where they can really turn the tide. But as of right now, I'm looking around and I'm saying to myself, okay, while I do think that this team is very talented, there definitely is some holes on defense that need to shore up.
Well, this game is going to Niels as Tampa Bay. 21 unanswered. This was a 21-21 ball game. Not you, Niels. Not you, Niels. 42-21. Tampa Bay will go above the 500 mark at 4-3. Baltimore will drop to 3-4 on the season. We're going to raid W, so stick around with us. Show your MBL emotes in the chat. Let them know that we're raiding them. We'll get that going in just a second here, but just one more time. Let's remind you guys, Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, we're going to have NBL Live Super Show, broadcast 277 here on the NBL Network. It's going to be Cowboys and Redskins, as well as Titans and Colts. I'll be over on Mudhead's Friday night tournaments, Friday night, twitch.tv/MudheadTV, and then Saturday night
We'll have all
showcase.
the information on at Bomber League and at NBL Network, too.
At NBL Network, I'll tweet out a video.
Where's it at? We'll make sure we tweet it out. I'll retweet it on Bomber League. He'll make sure we get it out on NBL Network. Guys, also stick around. Let's show W some love here as we go to raid this channel. Shout out to OSU. A lot of things coming up. Mudhead, Friday, next weekend. He's going to be doing the EA thing live. So, yeah, man, getting an opportunity. This time it's a paid experience. That means, you know what? About to start balling around here. He's about to get big time. Be showing up in the limos, huh? Like Hulk Hogan, 1998.
I'm more
NW.
Mr. McMahon.
You're more Mr. McMahon. Okay. I thought you were more hey, McMahon. I thought you did a dance, no?
Oh, yeah. Here comes the money.
We'll see you at Virginia Beach, yeah.
Appreciate everybody hanging out with us for NBL Live Broadcast 276. We're going to get out of here. Stick with us. We're going to raid W. Head over there. Show your NBL emotes in the chat. For my co-host Bomber, I'm OSU. Once again, thank you so much for tuning into NBL Live. We'll see you on Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, right here on the NBL Network. Show W your love. Everyone's getting ready. Getting ready. 22, 23. We're going to raid in 2 and 1, and we'll see you next time.